Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Hello everyone, boys and girls, men and women, children of all ages. Welcome to a live show. This is an impromptu. I wasn't expecting to go on tonight, but I thought, hey, let's just get on. Let's go get on live and do some of these unboxings. And my 8 minutes younger, not as good looking, mildly talented twin brother Simon is in the live chat. So say hi to him, and he's there to make sure that everyone behaves themselves. Also, as you can tell, I have some headphones on because I have invited a friend of mine. Yes, it's true. I have a friend. And that is Scotty. Hey, Scotty.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're good.
Oh, great. This is fantastic. You're my friend. You are my friend. This is great.
We're friends.
Yeah,
this is awesome. Yeah, I haven't had you on for a while, so I'm glad you're able to get on tonight.
Me too. I am so jazzed. Can I tell you before we even start? I just ordered. I ordered 2 Blu-rays and a DVD today. Three Blu-rays and a DVD.
Wow, that's
so. The Last Jedi, Rogue One, Punch Drunk Love.
Oh, cool.
And Reign Over Me, which is also an Adam Sandler movie. I have never seen Reign Over Me. And my question is, what is your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Oh, man. Let's see. I guess I would have to go as far as comedy.
Sure.
Waterboy is definitely up there. I love Waterboy. And that was actually my first Adam Sandler movie in the theater. And
wow.
So Waterboy, what's the one with Drew Barrymore? The first one they did. Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer, yeah.
Love Wedding Singer. As far as drama, I actually like Spanglish. Not a lot of people like that movie.
You're the second person to say Spanglish is good.
Have you seen it?
Never.
It's good. I enjoyed it. I saw it in the theater and I liked it. And then I heard everyone talking trash about it. And I'm like, well, I didn't think it was that bad. Mm-hmm. By the way, the Grimy Reaper says that Scotty's my favorite guest. So high praise there.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, dude.
And the friends over at Cinema Gulp says, who is this guy on your show?
He's a reprobate.
Uncut Gems is a masterpiece. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Uncut Gems. I mean,
I haven't seen it.
It's not because everyone says it was it's designed to make you feel anxious through the whole movie. It's real chaotic, all this stuff. That's not why I didn't like it. I just didn't particularly like. It just didn't get me. I just didn't gravitate towards it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, I guess. And I actually didn't find it that anxiety-inducing as people did. But
I heard it got praise, though. I heard that Adam Sandler got praise.
Yeah, he's great in it. As far as acting, he's great in it. Probably one of his best performances.
I'm a big fan of Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds is good, too.
I saw that and I've never seen the original. I've never seen Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. I want to.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one's, that was with Winona Ryder, right?
Yes. The remake, yes.
Yeah.
The original with Gary Cooper.
Yeah. That's right. Trying to think as far as another dramatic movie from him. Trying to think. Can't think off the top of my head.
Well, Funny People. I think Funny People. It pushes the precipice. It's not when you go into a Judd Apatow movie and you're expecting a comedy with Adam Sandler and the incredible cast that movie has. You walk into it. It is almost like walking into it's not funny. It's a drama.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that might be why a lot of people didn't care for it because they're expecting. I mean, it's about a stand-up, so they're expecting a comedy about a stand-up, and it is not that. One gripe I have about Judd Apatow movies is that they're way too long. They're
Yes.
2 hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes is just way too long. But one thing that makes his movies work is that they have a lot of heart to them. His movies do.
Well, what's your favorite Judd Apatow?
I love, man, all these names are escaping me all of a sudden.
I'm a big fan of the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
40-Year-Old Virgin, of course, and then his next one, Seth Rogen one,
Knocked Up.
Knocked Up. I love Knocked Up. I love
it is good.
That scene in that movie where near the ending when he can't reach his doctor and he gets on the phone and leaves that message to his doctor. That is so real. And that's like my favorite scene from that movie. Let's see here. I was trying to look here. Reign Over Me. Yeah, I'm looking through his filmography, and it's like Reign Over Me is probably the one I'm looking at the most. Reign Over Me is really good.
And I lied. I said I was going to get it on Blu-ray. I'm getting it on DVD. Only $6.
Oh, not bad at all.
Yeah, man.
As Dieter Bastian would say, that's a Schnepsen. Is that what they call it?
I'm not from Europe.
Let's see here. Let's look at the chats real quick. The Burrell family, which is So Chill, and So Chill met her on TikTok and became friends, and she recommended a movie to me that just came in today that I'm excited to unbox. I haven't unboxed it yet, but it's great to see you there. The Grimy Reaper says, I was anxious and loved it. I guess about Uncut Gems. And he says, everyone says Punch Drunk Love is his best, but nah. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of Punch Drunk Love as well.
I adore it.
Really?
I adore it so much that I bought the Blu-ray of Popeye just so I could hear He Needs Me.
Oh, really?
I love Shelley Duvall singing He Needs Me from Popeye, and it is repurposed for Punch Drunk, which I really enjoy.
That's a true fan. Another, I was just thinking, Punch Drunk Love is actually getting a 4K next year.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's from Criterion because they released a Blu-ray.
I would hope so.
That was sourced from a 4K scan. So I'm assuming it's going to be Criterion, but we also know what assume means. So
well, and
who knows?
The only reason, like, I got the DVD Super Bit, which is like a precursor to Blu-ray.
4K.
Yeah, and all that jazz. But I was looking up how much the Blu-ray was going to be. I don't have a 4K player, and I'm not gonna start upgrading because I already have as much Matrix as I need. But I was looking at the Blu-ray for Punch Drunk Love because it's visually dynamic. Like, I think it is, and it's tight. It's only an hour and a half. It's like 90 minutes. Yeah. And I wanted it on Blu-ray, even just on that fidelity. Expensive purchase. Like, it's like $40-$50. Yeah,
well, it's been, until the Criterion came out, it's been out of print for years.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah, I won't deny that. It's beautifully shot. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson, I'm not a huge Paul Thomas Anderson fan, but his films are beautifully shot, and he knows what he's doing as a director. Actually, the only Paul Thomas Anderson movie that I actually really, really liked was There Will Be Blood. I really love that movie so much. I mean, I think that is just I tell people that is a modern day film. You know, you have movies and you have film. That is a film. And it's very cinematic. And that's getting a 4K as well in November. So I cannot wait for that. But yeah, I mean, let me just dive into the unboxings and we'll talk more.
Yeah, please. Heavens, yes.
A couple things that I picked up was, I think I showed this on my social media, Last House on the Left. This is the remake. From 2009. This is the 4K, and it also includes the director's cut, which is superior over the theatrical cut. But they, all these boutique studios are doing this, where they have two different versions, the theatrical and the director's cut, and they only put the director's cut on the standard Blu-ray, and not giving it a 4K treatment. which for a movie like this is like, why are you not giving the unrated director's cut version of this? Because that's
who directed that?
Dennis Ilaris. I haven't heard of him. I'm not sure what he's done so far, or Illidis. But I was really surprised by this. This is one of those remakes that I was really surprised by and actually like more than the original. What was the other one? There was another remake that came out around the same period, but now I can't think of the name.
Around 2009?
Yeah, but maybe it wasn't a remake. Man, I'm just thinking of a horror movie that was actually well done. Wrong Turn, maybe. I'm thinking of Wrong Turn, maybe. Wrong Turn. Okay. And Joyride, and this I think they all came in around the same time, and it was like the three movies that were so well done as horror movies that really surprised me as a horror movie. Anyway, so I picked that up, and then I finally picked up The Vagrant with Bill Paxton and Michael Ironside.
Effing A.
Yeah, I love this movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you need to check it out. It's a very dark comedy. Bill Paxton moves into a new house, and Michael Anderson plays a squatter, and that he can't get rid of. And so it's got some violent moments. It's got some horrific moments. It's got some comedy. It's good. And Arrow Video released that, and it is a 2K scan. But now let's get into these boxes.
Yeah, I want to open those.
One of them I got from Second Sight to review, and I'm not sure which box it is. So I've already opened them. So let's check this.
Do you have like a marker so you can?
No.
All right.
I like keeping myself in suspense.
Fair enough. So. Oh, by the way, I noticed your hat. Happy Batman Day.
Oh, it is Batman Day?
Apparently. I don't even know why.
Every day's a holiday now for people.
Well, every day is Batman Day.
Yeah, that's how I think of it, because I'm a huge Batman fan. So Arrow Video just released this. I think it's out next Tuesday, or this upcoming Tuesday. Carlitos Way in 4K.
Oh, dude, that is awesome.
Yeah, I love the artwork to this.
I love that movie. I love Carlitos Way.
It's such a great
movie. That's a great set. That looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to open it up and take a look at what's all inside here.
Ooh.
So
Penelope Ann Miller, she is a smoke show. And I think that Sean Penn is delightful in that movie. Inspiration for Grand Theft Auto Vice City in terms of the lawyer in that. And then you have Al Pacino, obviously another influence for Grand Theft Auto Vice City with Scarface, but amazing film.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
what if Scarface survived? That is what Carlitos Way is. I think De Palma said.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like, going back to Sean Penn, back in the day, if you didn't know how great of an actor he is, watch that movie. I mean, he is a chameleon in this role as the lawyer. I mean, you don't even recognize him at first as Sean Penn, because he's so different. He's actually bald. And, I mean, it's just great. So here's artwork. And then, of course, it's a reversible sleeve, so you have the original artwork as well.
Yeah.
Which I like, too. Then you got, the usual, art. It dropped.
Oh, no, gravity.
Oh. Don't worry, guys. It's okay. I know every time I drop case or something, everybody freaks out, thinking it's ruined. It's safe. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
He has shag carpet for shock absorption.
So you got character cards, I guess is what they call them now. I always called them not upside down, but looks like it's just stills from the movie. And there's the man, Sean Penn.
There's Sean. Hello,
and
Sean.
Penelope Ann Miller. And
my stars.
Yeah, I had the biggest crush on her back in the day.
More so in The Shadow, but here she's great too.
Yeah, definitely. Then we have a booklet, all the usual stuff in it. And then, of course, we have a fold-out poster that you can hang on the wall over your bed. So, there we go.
Yeah, not that one. The other one. Get the other one mounted on. Get it plaqued.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I love this artwork. I think it's better fits the movie. But when I ordered this, they sold out of that version. So, oh well. I get the best of both worlds. Do that.
Well, and the thing, like, judge a book by its cover and all that jazz.
And let's see here. You want to see? Open this other one up. You want to take a look at the comments?
I do want it. I don't know if I can highlight anybody, but Uncut Gems says The Grimy Reaper is a masterpiece. I haven't seen it. I'm looking forward to it. Simon Gilmore says hello, and hello to you, Simon Gilmore. The Burrill family says I'm here with hearts, and we're happy you are. And the Grimy Reaper, in reference to Uncut Gems, I'm assuming, says I was anxious and I loved it. The Grimy Reaper says everyone says Punch Drunk Love is the best, but nah. And that's why we're going to have a knife fight by the monkey bars after school. And Return of the Disc says Vagrant is great. I look forward to seeing that. I haven't seen it. Return of the Disc continues and says, There Will Be Blood is PTA's best, followed by Boogie Nights.
Yeah, I agree with man.
That. I think that I haven't seen a couple of PTA movies. I haven't seen the Joaquin Phoenix one where he plays a private detective.
Oh, Inherent Vice?
I haven't seen it. I want to. Because I heard that was like a good follow-up to like Lebowski.
Not really.
Not really. So I heard wrong. I heard incorrectly.
No, I mean, I guess if you can relate it to, they're both, potheads, and
that's what I would think it was.
But that's the only similarity.
Is it a fun movie? Like, I haven't seen it. Is it good?
I saw it when it came on like HBO or something, and I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was his best, but it was.
Did you see The Master?
No, I still haven't seen The Master. I think that's the only one I haven't seen. Grimy Reaper says Licorice Pizza was surprisingly awesome. Huh. I actually liked it too. I think I liked it more than other people did. Let's see here. SpiderMan 1408 says, have you seen Mystic River? Really? You're asking me if I have seen Mystic River? Of course I've seen Mystic River. Clint Eastwood.
I know, but it just seems so depressing. It looks depressing.
It is. It is. It's not as depressing as Million Dollar Baby.
But yeah, that is pretty depressing.
It's up there. Yeah, I tried watching Million Dollar Baby the other day, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe how depressing this movie is.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was crushing on this very attractive lady that I knew, and I took her to go see Million Dollar Baby without the knowledge that her sister had a spinal injury.
Oh no!
So it didn't go well.
Oh no!
Romance did not blossom that day.
Wow. Yeah, that awkward.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The Bro family says Penelope. Yeah, I love
Penelope. It's pronounced Penelope.
Penelope?
Penelope.
I've always loved her. Cinema Gulp says, my only new physical media is quadruple vinyl set of Ween Live 90 through 98, and it's glorious.
Vinyl? Yes. Nice.
Vinyl.
Also, go subscribe to Cinema Gulp. He's a good man.
Yeah, guys, definitely subscribe to
him. Good team.
And if you guys haven't, if you guys are on TikTok, give So Chill a follow. She's trying to hit that 1,000 follower mark, and she's cool. She's got some great content on there. She's a cool person. So go check out her TikTok. Here's Johnny says, I enjoyed it. I'm sure you did. The Grimy Reaper says the Master felt like it went on for days.
That reminds me of Lawrence of Arabia, I watched that with a friend of mine, and I said, next time, can we watch a movie about World War I that takes less time than the actual war?
How long ago was it the first time you've seen Lawrence of Arabia?
Oh, no, this was ages ago that I saw it. But I watched it, and it was when I first got a Blu-ray, because like Lawrence of Arabia is movie church.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention to it. And so we sat and we watched it, and we made food, and we were sure that we were all invested. And at the end of it, we were just like, that was longer than World War I.
It's a long movie, but it is a gorgeous movie. And
it's absolutely beautiful.
Peter O'Toole is incredible in that film too.
Omar Sharif, yo.
Yeah, definitely. Return of the Disc says the Mule is so underrated. I agree. I really like the Mule as well.
I think it's here.
You have it and you haven't seen it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, no, this isn't my collection. This is my dad's collection.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's good. You should check it out. It's really good.
Well, it's it's Clint Eastwood. He's a fucking legend. Sorry for about the swears.
I think the only newer movie that I did not care for and he kind of missed the mark on was Cry Macho.
Okay.
That was his last movie, and I think that was it 15 minutes in Paris or something like that.
Well, yeah, but that one he was attempting something with the actual people.
Yeah, where they had the actual people play themselves.
It's a cinematic experiment, which I'm allowed to. I think I'll dismiss it, but it's here. I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you see it? How is it?
Oh yeah, I saw it. I mean, it feels like there's nothing solid in the movie, if that makes sense. Like he's trying to depict this actual event that happened, but in the end, you kind of feel like that's it. That's all that happened. If that makes sense. I mean, it's good, of course, because it's Clint Eastwood, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, I was expecting a little bit more. So then again, I may have went in expecting more and then therefore disappointed. SpiderMan 1408 says, what do you think about the $1,500 Disney Blu-ray box set? That is a joke.
What's on it?
I think that is a joke. They have classic Disney movies, I believe, that they just put on Blu-ray. Box set, only exclusive to Walmart, selling for $1,500. The thing
Song of the South? Do we get Song of the South?
I doubt that. No, I think they won't even touch that with a.
Well, zippity doo dah.
I went to go. Our dad took us to go see that in a theater back in what was it, like '86 or something, when it was re-released.
Yeah, man.
And
I saw it at a drive-in like '84.
Yeah, it must have been around the same time then. And I mean, I know it was released on DVD, but never hear from it again. Anyways, I think it's a joke of that box set, mainly because they didn't. From what I've heard, they haven't remastered any of the movies. All they did was basically port over, kind of like copied what was on DVD over onto the Blu-ray disc. That's what I've heard. And so they're not remastered. They're not 4K. They're not even a 2K scan. I don't know why they're doing it. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they're trying to. Obviously, we know why they're doing it, but
money.
As far as collectors, it's kind of like it's. I just don't.
Well,
it's a joke.
Is it a rarefied thing? Like, I'm kind of like, it does. No matter what the cash grab significance of it is, like, isn't it good that Disney is still at least half-assing physical media?
Yeah. I guess it's true. I guess that's true, especially since they just announced they're deleting all physical media in Australia, and then all of a sudden we get all these announcements from Disney here in the States. You know, first they weren't originally going to release Little Mermaid, the live action one. Now they are, you know, and others. And they're doing. They did Cinderella in 4K. They're doing Snow White. They're doing Sleeping Beauty. I'm hearing Fantasia is in the works.
That's actually something that I just picked up recently. Was the original Little Mermaid on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
It was $7. Got it on Blu-ray for $7.
Nice. I picked up Cinderella.
Night and day at Cinderella. Clean the curtains, wipe the dishes.
What's great about this is that they corrected the colors. I compared this to the Blu-ray, and I guess for some reason they put like a purple wash over the Blu-ray with the color with different skews and tones. And on this, it's gone back to how it was originally supposed to look with blue instead of purple.
How's it look?
It looks beautiful. I was super impressed by this. So I'm going to be coming out with a comparison video of that, so you can check that out.
Looking forward.
Hey,
did you see Snow White, the original Snow White? Do you have a...
Oh yeah, I've got a Blu-ray of it. I actually got the out of print Digibook.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's Blu-ray, DVD, and then it has the story, the fairy tale as a book inside of it.
I've never seen Snow White.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I know. I'll buy it.
You gotta check it out. Yeah, definitely.
I will. Stop yelling.
Come on, get with it.
I'm a poser. I don't know anything.
And you call yourself a fan.
I'm not. I don't even like the audio-visual media.
You watch a movie with the TV off.
Exactly. I watch movies in Braille, and I respect everyone who can. Hey, have you ever seen the Book of Eli? There we are.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen everything, almost everything. The Barreau family says, thanks for shouting me out, Paul. TikTok is so chill. SOOCHEEL. So definitely go give her a follow.
Please.
Return of the Disc says, yeah, Cry Macho was disappointing. I 100% agree. Grimy Reaper says, I saw so many critics hating Cry Macho. Not just critics, but fans of film. It just was not a good movie. I don't know what happened with that movie because it's got a great story and it could have been really good. But for some reason, it just kind of fell apart.
Well, I went to my local library and I borrowed Quentin Tarantino's book, Cinema Speculation. Mm-hmm. And there was a moment, and it's basically a series of essays about different films. But the opening chapter is about Quentin Tarantino engaging in film at a very young age. And he talks about being too young to understand what's going on. But he's there with his mom. And he hears about a story about a movie rejecting the audience. And then the audience, in turn, rejecting the film. Mm-hmm. And it didn't happen for everyone, but part of the audience rejected it. I think it was, Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song was the reference. And it was like once the movie told you to piss off, the audience said, all right, fine, I'll piss off. But the people who stayed with it were like, this is actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
And so there's an audience for everything. And sometimes a movie doesn't have to like you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, I've learned, because there's been times where I'll watch a movie and I just don't like it the first even 20, 30 minutes into it. And so I turn it off. And then years later, I go back to it and I'm like, okay, let's just finish watching this. And I finish it and I love the movie. And then I couldn't understand why I didn't like it to begin with. And so I've learned that even if I don't like the beginning of a movie, I'll still continue watching it because it could get a lot better as the film goes on.
Yes.
I mean, there's movies out there where like the first half is not good, but the second half is rocks. I mean, it's awesome. So I never write off a movie just because I don't like the beginning of a movie.
Well, and come on, you've been in a movie where somebody says, what's going on? I don't like this. And I was like, I've never seen this before. This is new for me too.
Yeah.
We have to wait until the movie is over to find out whether or not we like it.
Right. Exactly.
We have to, there's a bracket.
Right. SpiderMan 1408 says the packaging looks horrible. Oh, for the Disney? box set. Burrow family says, "Hey, Scotty, do you have a TikTok?"
No.
No. What do you have? Twitter?
I have a Twitter. I have an X.
X.
Yeah. I'm on. If you're a fan of my shenanigan, I'm on Anti-Derivative Jill's channel on YouTube. I'm on the Phantasmagorium channel on YouTube. I'm on Cinema Gulp on YouTube. And so, no, I'm just a vagrant. I show up in people's doors, much like yours. Hey. And you allow me.
I allow you. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to make it, because this was like a spur of the moment thing. I'm like, I'm going to go live, get this done with. And I texted and said, hey, can you come on? And you were free.
Do you have another box?
I do. And that's what I was about to show right now. David Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future.
Dude, how is it?
Oh, I loved it. I really loved it. This is the second sight version. They sent this to me to review. But I saw it when it came out on Bluray, and I loved it. I mean, it was always planned out to be a trilogy. So the movie does end on a cliffhanger, and if we get a second or third one, who knows? It's kind of up in the air. But still, it's satisfying ending, even if we don't get a, it works both ways. If we don't get a sequel, or if we do.
Mystery and yet also enticement.
Exactly. So there's the artwork there on the box set. It says body is reality. I would hope so.
I really have to explore more Cronenberg. I haven't seen a lot of early stuff.
It's not for everyone, but
well,
if you're a fan of, yeah, exactly. If you're a fan of Cronenberg, then you'll like this movie. And this is like a 190-page booklet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's got tons of stuff in there. And then it's got a bunch of like character cards and all that fun stuff. Man, Second Sight is really making a name for themselves in the physical media market. They're putting out some great stuff. And their box sets, like, they go all in on their box sets. Now if I can put this in without ruining the book.
Did I show you did I show you my Exorcist box set that a friend of mine sent me?
I don't think so.
Do you mind if I
sure.
step away and go get it so I can show something on this show and tell?
Absolutely. Besides,
I didn't bring any toys.
Besides just seeing your face.
I'll be back in. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. I'm Woolery.
All right. Let's see here. The Grimy Reaper says, you just reminded me I have to get Crimes of the Future. I had the original Blu-ray, but I want this one you got. Yeah, man. I haven't checked it out yet, so I don't know. I mean, he shot it digitally on 4K, or I guess it's like 3.8K or something like that. So it's going to look great. And they didn't have to do any kind of new scan or anything like that because it was shot digitally. But because of that, also the US version, the US 4K, and the Second Sight 4K, they're both the exact same transfers. There's no difference. The only difference is that you have all the cool stuff that comes with the box set. So yeah, if you can't import the Second Sight version, just get the US version. SpiderMan says, I got the Air movie on Blu-ray this past Tuesday. I noticed the Just Do It scene was cut. I don't know. I'd have to look at that. That seems kind of odd since it was an Amazon-produced movie. That I think it was on Amazon, the streaming. Have you seen, Scott, have you seen Air? Oh, your audio's out. No audio.
No, that was my fault. No, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Okay. It kind of seems like a Ford versus Ferrari or a Moneyball kind of movie. So I'm intrigued by it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But Spider-Man 1408 is saying that he got the movie on Blu-ray, and he says that he noticed the Just Do It scene was cut. I don't know. I mean, I saw
Well,
it I saw it in the theater, and I saw it on Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime, they kept it in. So that's odd that they would cut it out.
But no, but like sports rights are a difficult thing.
Oh, that's true.
Like, remember when Bo Jackson had he had the Cooper bat and the Nike swoosh, and that was like a big scandal because he had conflicting sports things. So I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? That's interesting. I want to do some research on that though, and see. Let's see. Episodic Joshua says, just came by to say hi. Well, hey, Josh. I'm glad you could join us.
Hello.
All right, Scott. Let's see what you have there.
I've never seen it.
I've seen Nexus once.
I've never seen it. A friend of mine, Black Philip Alvarez, he sent it to me. All the other movies, he sent me like 30 movies, and they were all in sleeves, like a hobo.
Oh, really?
But this is the only one that came in a box with the things. And so I got the Blu-ray.
Nice.
I'm wondering if there's and it's got like an aforementioned, and it's the original, and it's a 3-disc special set.
So it's got the extended cut and the theatrical.
Yeah. And then the hardcover.
Oh, nice. That is
of William Friedkin.
That is awesome. Oh, okay. It's a Digibook.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That is cool.
Like, it is really. I thought that this was one of the most generous things there we go. There's Regan. She's happy. But like that's like that kind of, and this is the kind of thing. Like, remember when, I don't know, maybe I'm old fashioned, but when you went and you saw a movie, or you got into a movie so much that you would delve into the legend of it. You'd go into the IMDb trivia, and you'd find out all of. Well, it's right here. Oh, so kids, when I'm an old man, I'm 45, and so back in the day, a DVD, it was like buying a website.
Mm-hmm.
You just get the whole thing.
Yeah, I tell you that I love the Digibooks because, like you said, if you've never seen the movie, of course you want to watch it. But if you see it again, it's nice to actually like look at the book and all the information while you're watching it. And it's like a whole immersive experience. I always love buying the Digibooks, or what they call them media books now for some reason. But that's awesome. I'm personally not going to buy the 4K because I like horror, but I'm not really gravitated towards like possession type movies, demon type movies, supernatural type movies. It's just not my thing. So I'm probably not going to get it, but I'm hearing mixed things about the 4K. So I don't know. Some people are saying that it doesn't look very good and just stick with the Blu-ray. I mean, it's Warner Brothers, so it's always a 50-50 deal if they do a good job or not. I would think they would do a great job with that, being how a classic, movie it is.
I am surprised. Like, out of all of the studios, Warner Brothers seems to be the one that preserves the most of their catalog.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Warner Archives, and I know that they don't do it anymore, but it's still like before they stopped doing it, they did more than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Warner Archives, I think, came back, didn't they?
Did they?
I think so, because I noticed some. I mean, I just recently started getting some promotional stuff from Warner Brothers, and they sent me a email saying if I wanted some Warner Archive titles.
You said yes.
So, of course.
Cool. You're the best.
Of course. Yeah. Why even ask?
Because I'm curious. And
all right, let's get into the final package here.
Yes.
And this is the one that So Chill recommended to me. And when she first recommended it to me, I didn't remember seeing it. So I told her I'd never seen it. And then I asked Simon about it, my brother, and he's like, yeah, we watched some of it, but we just never went back and finished it for some reason. And it was a long time ago, so I completely forgot. But it is Sangre. Is that the right how you pronounce it?
Yes.
So this is Jodorowsky director.
Jodorowsky?
Yeah.
Alejandro Jodorowsky.
Yep. And this is the Severin limited edition box set.
Well, and speaking of visually dynamic filmmakers.
Oh, really? And this is just loaded with all types of special features like that.
It's bursting.
Yeah, it's just bursting with. So you got all the artwork there.
Dude, that's awesome.
And on the inside you have the 4K, 2 Blu-rays, or I think 3 Blu-rays. No, 2 Blu-rays and the soundtrack.
Oh, dude, that's wow.
That's one reason why I got the box set is for the soundtrack, because I love film scores.
Yes.
And a lot of art cards here. Tons of character cards, steals from the movie. There we go. They're all mixed up and around. But I can't wait to check this out again, because I don't remember seeing it. But yeah, I want to thank Xochitl for recommending this to me. As soon as she did, it was on Shudder, so I watched like the first 10 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I gotta buy this. I have to buy this. So I went ahead and picked it up. And Xochitl says, what'd she say? Woohoo! I can't wait for you to watch it again. My favorite. It's avant-garde and a little disturbing. I like disturbing. I read about it and I watched, like I said, the first 10 minutes, and this movie sounds like it's right up my alley. It's just loaded with special features. Tons of making ofs, feature-length documentary, interviews with the cast.
And the audio commentary?
2 audio commentaries from the director and a journalist.
Oh.
And a film historian.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite audio commentary?
I think my favorite is, and I think The Abyss special edition from James Cameron. And that's probably because Simon and I were, the special edition came out in 93. So we were 15. And it was one of the first like special edition big box sets that we bought on Laserdisc. It was like $100. And we watched that commentary, and we watched it over and over and over again, because we just loved how James Cameron and the crew and everyone talked about how they made the film. And then they had that an hour and 20-minute documentary of the making of, which is just one of the best making of documentaries you'll ever see. I think it's actually on YouTube. So
I love The Abyss. That's an amazing movie. It is heartbreaking, and I love everything about it.
Yeah, especially the special edition or the director's cut. It is. Yeah. It is. It's a completely different movie with the director's cut compared to the theatrical.
Agreed.
And anybody that's seen the theatrical and says they didn't like it, I'm always like, you gotta watch the special edition. You gotta watch the director's cut, because it's a different movie. You're going to like it once you see the director's cut, because it explains where the aliens came from, why they're there. It has that huge, wave.
The tidal wave, yeah.
Yeah, the 1,000-foot tidal wave, and it's going to destroy mankind and all this crazy stuff. So it's good, and so I'm still hearing that the Blu-ray and 4K is coming out in December.
I can't wait.
Yeah, along with
I just want the Blu-ray. Like I said, I'm a poor person, so I'm only going to get the Blu-ray.
Hey, Blu-ray's good though. I don't have a problem.
Thank you. I appreciate you patting me on the head.
Especially if it is sourced from the same 4K restoration, then it still looks great. It's supposed to be Titanic, True Lies, and The Abyss.
But like the trilogy of the extended edition of James Cameron is The Abyss, Terminator 2, and Aliens. Mm-hmm. Like Terminator 2 with the Kyle Reese, and then Aliens with the sentry guns, and finding out about Ripley's daughter, and then also the tidal wave in Abyss. Those are the director's cut trilogy of James Cameron, and I want all of them all over my face, neck, and chest.
I don't. Yeah, me too. I mean, there were some of my favorite movies, especially The Abyss is in my top 5 favorite movies.
Oh my God, the performances are heartbreaking and amazing.
I know Ed Harris.
Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio.
Yep.
Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn is amazing in that movie.
Sorry about the swears.
Michael Biehn is just fantastic in that film. And then all the character actors are great. I mean, everything is just great in that movie. And I don't know if you've ever seen the making of.
I probably have.
If you watch the making of, you have a whole new respect and look at that movie, because what they went through to get that movie made, it was insane, to the point where Cameron said, "I will never film in water ever again."
And then he did.
And then he did Titanic. I can't wait for those to come out. And I'm hearing from Bill Hunt over at the Digibits or whatever, I think it's the Digibits, that it's still projected for December. So hopefully, because we hear this every single year, it's going to come out, and it never does.
Yeah.
So that's it with all the unboxings.
It's all the boxes.
I appreciate you watching me unbox things.
I like seeing you unbox things.
I'll do it nice and slow next time.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Excuse me, wipe my face here. With Hollywood and where it's at now, between the Me Too movement, the strikes, just movies that are made in general, where do you see Hollywood going? Where do you see it heading?
I see it in pursuit of an audience. Like, I still believe in Hollywood. I still believe in the stories that they tell. Like, we did have something of a miracle that I'd seen besmirched in person and digitally. And it's like, what kind of a something would go watch Barbie? And then that same person say, I want to go see Oppenheimer. And there is an audience out there that went and saw both on the same day. They wanted to see two stories. They wanted to see a silly cartoon, and they wanted to see a serious drama. And they did it in the same day for 6 hours. They sat there and they watched, come on, Barbie, let's go party. Boom!
And now Barbie's a $1 billion movie. And
Oppenheimer is up there. It's like 903 million now.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It's reaching there. It's getting there.
I see Hollywood as it is. It is, you know what? If it is telling a story that you want to see and it's engaging to you, check it out. If you don't like it, give it what it deserves. Your apathy. If you don't want to see something, just don't yell at me about how much you don't want to see it.
Right. Or if you want to see it and they don't, like,
that's fine.
Fine. Don't come at me about it. I mean,
I'm happy with your happiness, but that doesn't necessarily make it mine.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
so I think, what do you think? Do you think, like, come on, there are stories for everyone. And I like seeing all of them. I have a movie that, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you ever seen Bed of the Dead?
Bed of the Dead?
Bed of the Dead.
No, I don't think so.
It's about a haunted bed. It's amazing.
I've seen Deathbed.
I have not seen Deathbed.
A bed eats people.
Well, and this bed is like, it makes the people in the bed do crazy things and kill each other. They're demons and whatever. And anyway, there are so many movies. I think that I hope that Hollywood continues to serve the audience.
The biggest thing that I have seen is that Hollywood, and it's been this way for a long time, Hollywood is afraid of new material. Unless you're a Christopher Nolan or someone, you know, up
Tarantino.
there like Christopher Nolan, because, you know, everyone loves Christopher Nolan. But because
I never saw Tenet.
It was good. I liked it.
I heard it was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't one of his best, but it's good.
Better than Interstellar?
I like it better than Interstellar.
Wow, okay.
I saw a comedian the other day with an interview, and he was talking to somebody, and he said that he's been having meetings with all these different studios left and right, and the one thing, every time when he has a meeting, the one thing they always ask him is, so how do you feel about doing a reboot? And he's like, I don't want to do a reboot. I want to do something new. You know, I'm a comedian. You know, I want to, you know, give me something like an Adam Sandler movie or something like that. You know, I'm a comedian. I want to show my comedic skills. I don't want to do a reboot. They offered him Back to the Future, which I hope to God they never remake. And he turned it down. And I've heard this from a couple other actors, comedians, that when they go in, they keep asking about reboots. That's why I say I think Hollywood is afraid to put new content out that's not a known IP, because they're afraid people aren't going to go see it. If it's not recognizable, they're not going to go see it, which is completely untrue. It's not true.
But it's easier. It's easier if it's a known IP.
Well, yeah, of course it's easier.
Path of least resistance.
But then again, also it's about making a good movie. Because if you made a good remake, then people will be fine with it. They'll be happy.
Remember The Fugitive?
Yeah.
With Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones?
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite movies. Love that movie.
Great remake. Great reboot. Even if you didn't know the original series. Amazing movie.
And I remember that movie came out and people back in 93 that knew the series were saying, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to work. How's this going to work as a movie?
I saw a thing about Tim Burton talking about Michael Keaton in the new Flash movie. And he was like, you know what? I am just so divorced from the cultural appropriation of the thing that I made in reference to Batman. And it's like, guy, you made the Addams Family. That was cultural appropriation of making the Addams Family for a modern audience.
Right, right. What about his Alice in Wonderland remake?
Exactly.
You know, but that's what I see is that.
What about his Planet of the Apes?
Oh, Planet of the Apes with Marky Mark.
Fucking Lincoln. Sorry about the swears.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I think studios want to make new content, new IPs, but they're afraid to because they don't want to put ripples in the water. They want to make sure that they make movies that they know are going to bring back money, bring in an audience, and they don't want to take chances anymore like studios used to do.
Well, I don't want to bring it up, but I'm going to. Have you seen the greatest remake of all time of a classic film?
Depends what it is.
The remake of Casablanca.
Oh, the remake of Casablanca?
Yes.
No?
Barbed Wire.
Barbed Wire?
Barbed Wire is a remake of Casablanca. And it has Jango Fett.
Yeah, it does. And Pamela Anderson.
True story. Naked, I think. The unrated. That's what I
the
have.
unrated does.
I don't know. I've only seen 4 minutes of it, and then I put my pants back on.
Mill Creek sent me the Bluray a couple years ago.
Oh, shit! Sorry about the swear. That's awesome. You have a Blu-ray of Barbed Wire?
Yeah.
Do you have a Tank Girl?
I don't have Tank Girl. I want
Oh,
Tank
my
Girl,
God.
though.
I really want that. That's an expensive Blu-ray.
Now, do you think studios like Warner Brothers or Universal, do you think they would make a Tank Girl today?
They should.
But would they? Would they Would they bet on it? I don't think they
I
would.
give them, like, a lot of people say they wouldn't make this movie nowadays. I give studios, I give independent, I give production companies like a Blumhouse. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blumhouse.
I think they will make, I think they will make. I don't think that edgy movies are dead. People keep saying they wouldn't make this today. Yes, they will. They will if you can get the stars aligned, you will get a good movie made. And they do it all the time. And that's what we have to highlight is the good movies, not the shit.
What was the movie? There was a movie that was released from major studio that I was surprised that they actually made, and it was recent, but now I can't remember what it was called. But it was kind of edgy, and I was surprised that they actually made it. Crap, I can't remember what it's called. So, forget that. But yeah, I mean, I have said to people that my favorite decade of film is the 70s. Because the filmmakers were not afraid to take risks. Studios were not afraid to take risks. And they showed what the world is really like. Like, the lead character can be your next door neighbor. In fact, I told somebody today that I think they could make Taxi Driver today. However, do you think that he would be the lead character in Taxi Driver today? And I don't know. I don't think that they would have the villain be the lead in a movie today. I don't think they would I think that would be risky on their end for a major studio. Now, a studio like Blumhouse or some of these more independent studios, that's a different story. Like A24, that's a different story. But I'm talking about like Warner Brothers, Universal, Sony, these Paramount, these major studios.
Yeah, but I'm a big advocate of lower budgets, better movies.
Yeah.
And like, if you're going to have that sort of dark subject matter, then don't spend $80 million on it.
Well, exactly. I mean, I think that ruins the movie if you spend $80 to $100 million on a movie like that.
Like, it's an old constraint. It's, the less money you have, the more creative you have to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I think I'm not a movie maker. I may be speaking out of turn.
You're 100% correct because I mean, I hear interviews from Chris Nolan. I mean, even James Cameron has said this, that they make 100, 200, $300 million movies. And they said that their funnest time of actually making a film was back in the day when they were making independent films.
I love Memento. I love Following.
That's one.
Terminator was low budget. You haven't seen Following? It's so good.
I still haven't seen that. I need to.
It's like $110. It's only an hour and 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. I want to get the Criterion.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the Terminator, and they said that like these directors that are making these huge movies say that they were happier when they were making independent movies because they didn't have to rely on. When you have a huge budget, you're relying on the budget to make the movie. When you don't have a budget, you're only relying on what you have.
Mm-hmm.
To the point, I mean, I've made short films and been on sets where it's so low budget they couldn't afford permits. And so you dart out into the street, into the sidewalk, shoot for, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then run away before, you get caught. And that's the best type of filmmaking is low budget, independent films. That's why A24 is so successful because people love those type of movies and how they're made. And look how successful they are. I mean, their movies are so cheap and they make $100 million at the box office. I mean, they're making a boatload of money on these cheap films.
So, and that's my answer. When it comes to, am I hopeful for Hollywood? Yes, I am. Because I think that there are artists still making movies. And I think that they storyboard. I think they plan. And I don't think they need a big boatload of money. I think that they just have to have a story to tell, and they will do it. Look at El Mariachi. Look at Reservoir Dogs. And this is stuff that has been done before by people who weren't you look at Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino in their first film, they were not talented. They were, no, they were talented, but it was raw talent without sort of, I don't know, expertise.
Yeah.
But they got to it. They got to the expertise.
You look at Reservoir Dogs, and it's real flat looking. It's not that great of a great looking movie. But then you look at
written well.
But then you look at Pulp Fiction, and it's a great looking movie.
Amazing.
Robert Rodriguez, I mean,
Pardon me.
El Mariachi, it's known that he spent, I think, $700,000 on it and made that movie. But what they don't tell you is that after Miramax bought the movie, they poured a couple $1 million into it to make it look good.
Good?
Yeah. These looked really bad.
I just saw it recently. I got the Bluray trilogy of it.
I got that too.
Yeah. And I just saw it recently, and I was really kind of taken aback by it. I thought it was really, but I didn't know that there was sort of back end sort of fixer upper.
Yeah. It's a thing that they don't tell you. But yeah, I mean,
the mariachis.
Yeah. I'm a yes and no about Hollywood, because I see what major studios are doing compared to what these independent film studios are doing. And
yeah, but look at Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, but that's a known IP.
Yeah, it's a known IP, but I'm just saying, but that's a known IP with heart. Like, it is something that is made for the audience. Like, what is sort of the outside of the beaten trail that you think has succeeded recently, in your opinion?
From a major studio?
Yes.
I guess Oppenheimer for sure.
But that's based on the name.
Yeah.
That's a Nolan thing.
Yeah, and that's what you heard everyone saying. I can't wait to see the new Nolan movie.
Mm-hmm.
From a major studio, I don't know. I can't really think of anything right now.
Neither can I. I'm not helping.
Yeah, I mean,
like something new and big. I'm looking forward to The Creator, which is, definitely. But that's also, you know what? I'll follow a director.
Yeah, and it's his movie since
Who's
World
that
One.
Guy? Yeah.
What's his name again?
Carl Winslow.
Carl Winslow. Carl Winslow. Rogue One. Let me look it up here.
Gareth Edwards?
Gareth Edwards. Yeah, that's it.
What's David Bowie's son doing? The guy who made Moon. What's Neil Blomkamp up to? Why won't people give these people money?
What? Neil Blomkamp's doing.
Didn't he just do like Gran Turismo?
Yeah, Gran Turismo.
Right, I haven't seen it. Did you see it?
I saw it. It was surprisingly really good.
Wow.
Going back to what you said, because it had heart in it, like with Super Mario Brothers, this movie has a lot of heart in it. I mean, it's the seen it, done it formula we've seen before over and over again, but because it has so much heart into it, it's really good. And I was, I'm going to end up buying it. And when I saw the trailers, I was like, I don't want to see this. I don't know. But then, so I was very surprised by it.
Nice.
I recommend.
How was that their Harbor Boy?
Harbor Boy?
Isn't it Harbor? What's his name? The guy who played Hellboy. Harbor.
Oh, David Harbour.
That's him.
Yeah, he was good. He was great in it. I think he was the best. He stole the movie for me.
He's a good actor. I enjoy him. I didn't like him as Hellboy.
Apple, I think, as far as a streaming studio, Apple, I think, is going to end up reigning supreme. Because they are coming out with, I mean, they've got Scorsese under the belt. They got Spielberg under them. And him and Tom Hanks are producing another World War II show, I think. Okay. That is similar, like Band of Brothers. Scorsese's bringing out Killer Moon. And next year, I'm hearing they're coming out. I think they're going to end out surprising everybody because they can afford the talent and they can afford to make a great film, and they work with what the talent wants to do with their movies.
But my biggest complaint when it comes to Apple is that and it is the same thing that I wish for Amazon. Like, I know I can get Amazon Prime. I want to buy The Boys Blu-ray seasons.
Yeah.
Like, I know that what was it? Greyhound with Tom Hanks. Like, that's not, is that available?
Not on physical media.
Like, I know that my dad got a bootleg of it because he was like, I just want the disc. I don't want to subscribe. Yeah. And so, like, when it comes to Apple and Amazon, I want them. They won't, though. I want them to support the physical media because I want a characterization. This is my like white whale. And I will do it every time I go to a physical media retail outlet, is that if I find an old copy of Splash, I will buy it.
Yeah.
Just so I can see Daryl Hannah's ass.
Right. So it's unedited. Or like French Connection.
Yeah.
That whole thing where they cut out the N-word and some other
hard
words.
word. Hard R.
Yeah. And you know, that's one thing I hate about streaming is that they can go in and change things and edit things and you have no control over it.
One of my favorite things is that I got the Laserdisc transfer onto the DVD of the original Star Wars trilogy. So I got Star Wars Without a New Hope. It's a shitty transfer, but adjust your settings. It'll go to your screen and it looks great. And it is the original theatrical cut. You're good.
Yeah, which you'll never
I would rather have the fidelity of the original intent, or at least original presentation, than trying to piece together all the bull.
Exactly. Apple, though, depending on the talent, because Scorsese has it in his contract that if he makes a movie for streaming, that it has to be in a theater for a brief time and has to get a physical release. And so that's what happened with The Irishman on Netflix. It had a theatrical window, and then it had the Blu-ray release. And
do you have
it? Yeah, I have it.
Nice.
And
is it good?
I loved it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it's I liked it a lot. You can't go into it thinking it's going to be a Goodfellas or Casino.
No,
but
it's too long to be that.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's like a book.
Yeah, exactly. And Killers of the Flower Moon is going to be getting a physical release too, probably next Christmas.
Nice.
But yeah, so I guess it depends on the talent. If they have enough clout to say, hey, if I'm going to do this movie, I want it to be in a theater and I want a physical release. Zack Snyder doing his Netflix stuff, he said he wants his stuff on physical media, but he doesn't have the clout to actually get it done. He's just hoping they do.
You know what? Stop. Don't talk about Zack Snyder, because every time somebody talks about Zack Snyder, I'm like, maybe I should buy Justice League. And I don't want it. I'm never going to watch it.
Yeah.
I saw it once. I'm fine.
Yeah. I went ahead and
I want it.
I mean,
I want it as like a book. I want it so I can have it on my shelf. But I never want to watch that 4 hours of thing. No.
Yeah. Let's look at some comments here. We've kind of ignored some of them.
Yes.
Tiger Blue says, the Abyss Special Edition is definitely superior, but I prefer the original Aliens. The Extended Edition doesn't flow as well, and the extra scenes are unnecessary.
Huh. You know what? I'm fine with that.
I've heard some other people say that as well, that they prefer the theatrical, which is fine.
I'm a Blade Runner fan with the narration.
Really?
Yeah, I like the theatrical cut. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's surprising. Yeah, I mean, I prefer the director's cut to Aliens, but
Me too.
I prefer it, but it doesn't mean I need it. I'll still enjoy the theatrical cut just as much.
When I see it though, if I'm watching it and it's on like a stream, or if it's just like something that I catch, and then I notice that there's something missing, I'm just like, oh, theatrical.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I do miss it. I do miss the scenes when I watch the theatrical. Grand Reaper says, I just got Tank Girl on DVD. $1 used.
Dude, great choice.
Awesome. I know it got a Blu-ray release. I think, was it from Fun City, I think? I'm not sure.
Oh, Shout did it. I think Shout did one.
Shout did it? Okay. The Grand Reaper says, I want the guy who made Bone Tomahawk drag across concrete to make more movies. Give him all the money. Dude, he was supposed to come out with another movie because he did Bone Tomahawk, that one with Vince...
Dragged across concrete.
No, one before that.
I don't know.
Dang. Block 66 or Block... let me look it up real quick.
Yeah. But I saw Bone Tomahawk. I loved it. I thought it was great. Brawl, says the Grimy Reaper.
Yeah. Brawl at Block 66, I think is what it's called. I love that movie. I love that movie. That was one of those movies where I can watch anytime.
Visceral, incredible, engaging films, original films.
Exactly. And he announced he was working on a new movie after Drag Across Concrete came out, and I haven't heard anything more from him. So I don't know what's going on with his new film. Maybe he can't get financing. I don't know.
That's why they call them surprises.
Right. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm sick of me too.
Yeah. Well, I'm sick of everything right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Good answer. Please be kind. Rewind.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks, Scott, for joining me as well. Yeah. Brawl on Cell Block 99. That's what it is. And yeah, guys, we'll see you next time I go live. I'll let you know. Follow me on my social media. That's where you'll find out. Follow Scotty as well on Twitter or X.
I'm an X-Man.
X-Man. And all right, guys. Till next time, keep physical media alive, and we will see you next time.
Liberate tutte me.